Open your book to page 115. Today's lesson is to find equation of a line with a given slope and a point, or 2 points, or a slope and intercept. So you need to write the equation depends on what is given. So there are many different forms. So go to example 1. It says find the equation in standard form of the line containing the point. So you got 3, -2, and has a slope of -3/4. So you have point and you have a slope. Therefore, you're going to start with the point-slope form. So you need to know all those forms. Again, this is from your Algebra 1, Chapter 11. So point-slope form, because that's what you have. So point-slope form is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. And this came from the slope formula. They just switch things around. Okay? So the slope formula is m equal to y2 minus y1. Now be flexible with the subscripts. The subscript 2 means the point number 2. Subscript 1 means point 1. Okay? And over here, when you don't have a subscript, means it's for any given point. So that's what it means. So this came from that. They just cross multiply. Okay? So all you have to do is substitute, right? So you have only one point. So there's your x1, y1, right? So y, because you write the equation for the line, and line is made out of infinite number of points. So the one without a subscript represents all the infinite number of points on the line. And this point, this one represents the point number 1 that is given. So y minus y1 equal to slope times x minus x1. Okay, so now you work it out. So you got y plus 2 equal to -3x/4. So this is plus 9/4. And then when you have fraction, you multiply everything by 4. So multiply everything by 4. So you got 4y plus 8. So 4 cancels out. Again, that's what you want to do to get rid of the fraction. And I want you to put in the standard form. So standard form is variable on the left side and the number on the right hand side. So plus 3x plus 3x. So this cancel out. And minus 8, so it cancels out. So you get 3x plus 4y equal to 1. And that is your equation in the standard form. Again, standard form, you have to have x comes first before the y. And you cannot have a decimal, you cannot have a fraction, and you cannot begin with a negative. So again, all those are quick review stuff from your Algebra 1. Okay. So again, you have a point, you have a slope, so you start with a point-slope form, and you substitute all the numbers, and you work it out, move things around, and you get a standard form. Okay, so let's go to page 118. So page 118. So number 1 through 12 is the one we just did, right? Example that we just did. You have a point, you have a slope. So you start with the point-slope form. Okay. Now let's go and do number 14. Number 14, you have m equal to 1, b equal to -4. So you have the slope intercept. Okay, so this is the slope, and this is the intercept. So right now you have slope and intercept. So therefore, you're going to start with the slope-intercept form. Okay, that's what you have. So that's the form you're going to begin with. So slope-intercept form is y equal to mx plus b. So that's your slope-intercept form. So you need to know the forms. So you got y equal to 1x plus -4. So y equal to x minus 4. So that is your slope-intercept form. But you have to convert into standard form. So you need to move the x to the left-hand side. So you got -x plus y equal to -4. Now because you want to get a standard form, the standard form cannot begin with the negative. So you have to times everything by -1. So you're going to get x minus y equal to +4. And that is your standard form. Okay, so again, when you have a slope, you have intercept, so you start with a slope-intercept form, substitute everything, and you work it out. Okay, now let's go to number 22. So number 22, you have -4, 0, you got 0, 6. So right now you have 2 points. Now there is a form called a 2-point form, but it's too messy, so it's harder to remember. So we're not going to do that. If you're curious, the 2-point form is y minus y1 equal to the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 times x minus x1. So basically you have the slope. That's what that is. Okay? But again, this is kind of hard to remember. So it's easier to do it by 2 steps. Okay? So let's go and find the slope first. So this is your point 1, point 2. So that's your x1, y1, x2, y2, right? So you have the slope equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Again, we will cover all these. Okay, you should know this by heart already, right? Because you see this in Algebra 1, you see this in geometry. Okay? So let's go and substitute. So m equal to 6 minus 0 over 0 minus -4. So m equal to 6 over 4. So m equal to 3 over 2. So now you have the slope, you have the point. So now you can use point slope form. Okay, so your point slope form is y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. Notice they are the same thing, right? See that? We just do this part first. Okay, we just do it by 2 steps. That way the formula is easier to remember. That way you don't have additional formula you have to memorize. Okay. So now you can work it out, right? So y minus 0 equal to 3 over 2 times x minus -4. So you work it out. So y equal to 3x over 2, and negative and negative is plus. So 3, don't worry about trying to simplify, okay? So you got 12 over 2, right? 3 times 4 is 12. Now don't worry about canceling, because you're just wasting time, because you still have to multiply by common denominator anyway, right? So multiplying by 2, so you got 2y equal to 3x plus 12. So move things around. Again, I'm going kind of fast because all these are very basic stuff, just moving things around, right? You guys should be able to just, so focus on the main concept. Okay, and you cannot begin with a negative, so you have to change sign. And so that is your standard form, and that's it. Okay. Okay, now let's go to number 32. So page 118, number 32. Again, you should cover this from your Algebra 1. You probably did some of this in geometry also. So you have a point at 0, -1, and you have this line, y equal to x plus 2. So there are 2 parts. So part A, you're looking for a parallel line. You're looking for a parallel line. And part B, you're looking for a perpendicular line. And so let's go and do a parallel line first. So you want a parallel line to that, and you want to cover, and you want to have the point that goes through this point. So again, so basically what you need to do, you need to get a slope. So from here, so when the line is parallel to that, means they will have the same slope. Okay, again, parallel line means they try to tell you the slope. So parallel line to that means you're going to get slope equal to 1, right? Because this has slope of 1, right? This is your slope intercept form. Okay. So this line is parallel to that, so we have the same slope. Therefore, slope equal to 1. So that's what I try to tell you. And you want the line to go through this point. So you have point, slope. So you're going to start with point, slope, form. So you're going to get y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. Okay? So just substitute. So you're going to get y minus negative 1 equal to 1 times x minus 0. So work it out. So y plus 1 equal to x. Move things around. Minus x, cancel out. Minus 1, cancel out. So you got negative x plus y equal to negative 1. And switch, you can have a negative, right? So x minus y equal to 1. And that is your parallel line. Okay? Again, I'm going kind of, because again, all focus on the main concept. Okay? Now, so again, over here, this tells you that slope equal to 1. So now you want to get a perpendicular line to that. Perpendicular line, the slope would be negative reciprocal. So what I try to tell you is that this one, the slope equal to negative 1. Right? Negative reciprocal, you flip upside down, it's still equal to 1, and you put a negative, right? So you need to understand what I try to tell you over here. So again, you use the point slope form. So y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. So y minus negative 1 equal to negative 1 times x minus 0. And so work it out. So y plus 1 equal to negative x. So move this over. So plus x, cancel out. Minus 1, cancel out. So you get x plus y equal to negative 1. So this is the perpendicular line. Okay. Okay, let's go and do one more example to make sure you get it. So let's go and do page 118, number 38. So you want the line to go through this point, negative 5, 0. And the line is giving is x minus 3y equal to 3. So again, you got two parts. A, you're looking for parallel lines. B, you're looking for perpendicular lines. Well, first you need to know the slope of these. Over here, the slope equal to negative a over b. Right? So from here, you got m equal to 1/3. Okay, so you want a line that's parallel to that. That means the slope will equal the same. Right? Parallel line will have the same slope. So that means the slope equal to 1/3. So once you have the point, you have the slope. Again, you use your point slope form. Write down your formula first, and then you substitute so you don't make mistakes. So y minus 0 equal to 1/3 times x minus negative 5. So you work it out. So y equal to 1/3 x plus 5 over 3. Right? You multiply, right? Now you multiply everything by 3 to get rid of the fraction. And you move this over. So minus x. So you got negative x plus 3y equal to 5. Multiply by negative 1 to get rid of the negative. And that is your equation. Again, focus on the main concept. Okay? And don't waste your time copying, taking notes. Like I said, all the notes are over here. Focus on listening. Focus on the techniques so you don't miss it. Okay, so now you're looking for perpendicular line to that. So perpendicular line to that is negative reciprocal. So perpendicular line will have a slope of negative 3, right? Negative reciprocal. So again, now you have point, you have a slope. So use your point slope form. So you're going to get y minus 0 equal to negative 3 times x minus negative 5. So y equal to negative 3x. Now over here you have negative, so it's going to be negative 15. Right? So plus 3x. So you got 3x plus y equal to negative 15, and that is your perpendicular line. And that's it. Okay? So again, so it's just another technique, you apply it, and that's it. Okay, done recording.